This is really the best Dragon Age game that I've ever played.
Counterpoint! Alright, Pimps, I've got no time to spare on this one. In the middle of editing this video, that bitch boy Bill Gates bricked my PC and I had to start over again. But that's not even the fun part. The fun part is, I've only got about 24 hours until I gotta catch an international flight, so now you're getting the speedrun version of this video. Strap in and strap on, here we go. Dragon Age Veilguard looks like something straight out of a Tumblr fan fiction. This looks like a Pixar movie, but with less balls. This looks like yet another established franchise that's known for one thing and gets flipped into the complete opposite to appeal to a wider audience that doesn't exist. And I, for one, wish Bioware all the success that Volition had. But before I get into my anger with this game, I know Veilguard fans get pissy when people use their eyes to see, and they feel like because people are pointing out how shit this game looks, they can't like this dog shit themselves. And I'm here to say, I don't really give a fuck if you like it, alright? Just come talk to me about it next to this window. To kick us off, look, I know this game identifies as a Dragon Age game, but it's hard to choke that down when I can see the throbbing Assassin's Creed Valhalla hanging from under its dress. Instead of finally building upon Origin's janky but engaging combat system, Bioware took the coward's way out by assimilating with the Borg and making another shitty action game with light RPG mechanics. This looks like a clunky, impactless hack and slasher. The combos look basic as shit, the flow looks horrible, and from one action game lover to another, I know you're trying to protect little Jimmy's eyes for when he accidentally buys this game thinking it's a Fortnite sequel, but if this is the direction we're taking, maybe we could splurge on a little bit of gore in our M-rated game, huh? Even funnier than that, the journalists keep trying to convince me that my decisions will matter, but now, not even my previous decisions matter. There are a grand total of 0 decisions that will pour it over from the first 2 games. Fun fact, Dragon Age 2 was made in about a year and had about 20. Speaking of Valhalla though, we now get a skill tree that's packed with a fuck ton of passive bonuses to give you the illusion of there being more to unlock than there actually is. And you know what? I'm actually fine with this, because personally, I believe in gratitude. I believe that there are so many people out there that have it so much worse in this world. Like, for example, your companions, who now have a kids menu skill tree with, get this, 4 whole abilities. Remember when you could level up your companions like they were a main character? This tourist remembers. But hey, who needs that? Now your decisions really matter. Remember when you could kill off a main companion in the first 5 hours of Origins? Well, that ain't shit. In Veilguard, your choices decide what chick's gonna randomly moan in the middle of dialogue.
You get your friend back to your camp and...
But now that I've given you the moans, let's get back to the bitching. This is Companions in Veilguard.
We're going into the fade, aren't we? Well, wasn't expecting to fight an ogre today.
On the hide again.
This is Companions in Origins.
39 buried, 39 found.
Alright, that's not a fair comparison. We also have this dumpster fire! This bisexual disaster! Ah! Before you get angry, that was a description from the writer of that character himself, their self, whomstever self. He also allegedly just loves his coffee. This game's gonna be another nacho night, I can feel it. Now, as for the tone and writing, I think it's gonna be that stupid, safe, My Little Pony bullshit. I think that first wacky trailer is what this game actually is, and these faux dark trailers is probably them taking the few times they get dark and pretending it's the whole game so they can bait and switch us on launch day. They can't really even hide that in their own trailers. Like, look at this. These trailers go, yeah, we're actually pretty dark and brooding. Yeah, we're actually pretty dark. As for the voice performance, Rook sounded good, but then there's this woman.
What? No. Stepping into all that raw magic is suicide.
The storm could tear you apart.
Next, now I get why they're dropping the game on Halloween. These facial animations are scary as hell, Pimp. Get that demon away from me! They got that cold INTJ stare, that look of pure analyzing coupled with a slight sardonic smile that makes people uneasy. Or in other words, they're all out here looking like the third Menendez brother. Following that, budget cuts, budget cuts, budget cuts. These companions are so ugly, not even the AI wants to look at them. How are you gonna brag about nudity like that's a selling point for this game, BioWare. Stop the threats. I'll buy the $80 version if it guarantees that I'll never come across Tasha's nudes by accident. Fuck, I got 12 hours till this flight. Listen, this is what Morgan used to look like. This is what she looks like now. Point made, moving on. The only thing worse than what they made is what you can make.
So, for me personally, and I know for the team, it was important that you could see yourself in the game.
Unless you're a busty woman, this is tyranny, dare I say bigotry, and I won't let my busty fabric stretching sisters in Christ be discriminated against. Can I get a yes, sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just when I thought we couldn't get any lower than budget cuts, now we have negative budget. We are in debt. And I know this has been the subject of a lot of controversy, with many saying, including a former developer from BioWare, if you don't like this customization option, just don't use it. And you know what? I agree. And as long as that's the logic we're using, uncap those sliders and let us make some busty fantasy hoes. Let us blow that ass out like an Instagram thought. And if it offends you, just don't use it. Finally, despite every other RPG mechanic being dumbed down to pre-K levels, I've been assured by every game journalist that's been gargling BioWare's balls like mouthwash that your choices matter. And after hours of research, I can proudly say that your choices actually do matter. Because you have the choice to buy this piece of shit or go drop $5 on Dragon's Crown and have the ride of your life. Look at this art, look at this art, look at this art. This game is Dragon Age in name only. They're a company on the verge of collapse. Bait and switching you is their only hope. Don't believe them. And these gaming journalists are word prostitutes selling their opinions for free breakfast buffets at the Holiday Inn, saying shit like, BioWare is back, baby, y'all! Listen, I have so much to say about this game, and I didn't even get to everything I hate about it in this video, but blame Bill Gates for that. He's a fan of Dragon Age Veilguard, and he sabotaged me. Alright, my flight's like in fucking 3 hours, and I still haven't packed. I gotta get out of here. We'll continue this conversation when I get back. Fuck you, Bill!
God breaks Bill Gates! Gah! 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 You understand that?
Look at the size of that boy's head. Shh. I'm not kidding, it's like an orange on a toothpick.